happy that you decided to take your evening and spend it with us. We're always really, really grateful for everyone that comes and views us.
Definitely.
And I just want to introduce you to the team. My name is Karima, and this is the lovely
SAFIE. What's going on, people?
Yo, what's the vibes, Relevant Nation? It's your boy Prof here.
This is Jeremy.
Hey, I'm Courtney, and welcome to tonight's show.
We're so grateful, as we always say, and we're so happy. But the first thing we want you guys to do is to like, share this video. And let us explain why we want you to share the video, because we want as many people that possibly can to get the message from tonight.
Yes.
We have something that's really important that we're going to be talking about. We always share things that will help grow you, will help develop you, to help you move forward there in your life, in your walk with God, or
Take
even
you to
understanding.
eternity.
Yeah, take you to eternity. Make sure you don't go to hell. All the above. So please share this video, and I want to welcome all the people that are always online, that are always watching us. Miss Helene, Danny, Aunt Cece. There's so many people that are always watching. We really appreciate you guys. We appreciate you in the comments. And let's also recognize our comment curator, Dejanay.
Hey,
Them
Deja.
comments, like making them pop, pop, pop. And we appreciate that. We appreciate all the people that are on the team that make this happen every single week. We don't do this by ourselves. You guys see our faces, but there's so much work that goes on behind the scene, and we're always so grateful for everybody that's come alongside us to ensure that God's word gets to as many people as possible. So, episode 9. It's interesting. We have a hot topic, or a topic of the day. I go back and forth between hot topic and topic of the day. But today I think is a
hot topic.
It's a hot topic.
Yes.
That's what we're founded on, man.
Yeah, hot
we started.
topic. That we kind of started that way. So actually, kindness, let me give you a little bit of background. We actually started the Relevant Show as an answer to address the angst within our hearts as it related to the protests that were happening around the country, that was started because of the George Floyd murder by the now convicted police officer, Derek Chauvin.
What you talking about, Willis? Convicted.
Yeah, convicted.
Now
We would
convicted.
have
Hey.
Ain't no alleged.
3
So-
counts.
So
Three
today our conversation was to talk about this, thinking that the verdict wasn't going to be in, and how we will respond to it. But but what happened, as you guys may know already, is that Derek Chauvin was the police officer that kept his knee on the neck of George Floyd until he died.
Murdered
And
him.
today, I believe that justice was served. He was convicted of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and manslaughter. And for a person of my
Do the whole
background
fucking
and my age group that have watched the Rodney King murder, the Rodney King riots, or watched the Rodney King beat up live, because everybody was watching it, watched the trial of Officer Furman and all the rest of them, and watched all those police officers get off,
Simi Valley.
and then watched, been around why George Zimmerman was able to kill the young man, what's his name?
Trayvon
Martin.
Say their name.
And then say their name,
Yes, say their
Tamar
name.
Rice. But to get to this point, that there's actually, now let me be clear about how I feel about it, and we'll go to everyone. I'm not happy that anyone has to go to prison, their life has changed, their family. I'm happy that justice was served. Because in the African American community, too often the lives of black men particularly are not valued at all. And to see the life of a black man taken on camera with all those people around, for me, I was very nervous that it would go like I had seen previously. So for me, it was a blessing to actually see justice served. Who wants to go? Go ahead, Court.
Yeah, definitely last night when we discussed this, I didn't even know they had went into closing, releasing the verdict. I had no faith in the system. Because like you said, we have seen this play out countless times where we witness murder.
And nothing happened.
It's murder, on tape, and they get off. They throw a couple
Eric
dollars.
Gardner, New York.
Yeah, they throw some money at you, at us, and then the officers get off. So it was very refreshing to see the step in the right direction, and I hope that we keep going in that direction and we don't take any steps backwards. So.
Jeremy, what do you think? I agree.
Yeah.
Ditto. As they say, ditto. Ditto.
For me, I kind of have, I do still have some reserves because, I mean, maybe he just was a sacrificial lamb, I still
To
want
appease the natives.
just to appease the natives. You murdered him.
You killed him.
So
that's
I
good.
think, to me, honestly, I
Differential.
think he was a sacrificial lamb. Justice still has to be served. And I know that the justice that I'm looking for ultimately comes from God. The courts is only very limited in what they do.
Or will
Please,
do.
will do.
You took the word.
Don't get me wrong. In some states, they have the death penalty. If he was in Georgia, they probably would have gave him the knee. To the full extent of the law, according to the state of Minnesota, yes. But ultimately, I hope, and I'm gonna speak from another perspective. I hope the man finds Christ.
That's
Amen.
what I.
I
That's,
hope the man finds
you
Christ.
took the words right out of my
I
mouth.
hope he does, because if not, then that thing that's within him is going to leave him and go to another person, another cop, another individual, and they're going to just kill somebody else.
Seen it.
Wow. Okay, so like Jeremy said, I hope that he does find Christ through all of this situation. But most importantly, I think, yes, he was. But to be honest, 8 weeks to decide his sentencing, crap. If it was somebody else, they would already have the sentence, 120 years plus. And to be another thing, I just really feel that he may just go commit suicide. Take the easy way out. I think that's what he'll probably do. And then a guilty verdict, but this fight for justice is not over. We have a lot of work to do. There is more fight ahead of us, so just keep that in mind. But right now, please take care of yourself. Don't go do anything stupid. Let's take care of each other, and prayers go out and our love to the Floyd family, because they lost someone, they can't get him back. And that's the bigger picture. And then everyone that testified, kudos to you for actually standing up against the system, knowing what type of corrupt things could happen in the long run. And for the 9-year-old young lady who stood up and spoke out, because they know out of the mouth of babes speak truth. So if it wasn't for that little girl, I believe it would have been something overturned and looked at differently. That little girl, I believe it would have been something overturned and looked at differently. But you can't shun a child. Go ahead, Paul.
I definitely agree with my brothers and sisters of the panel. Like Ms. Karima said, please don't misunderstand anything coming out of our mouths. We are not happy to see a lost soul. We're only happy
Right.
for the justice that's being
No.
served. It's not a party going on here because someone is going to jail
No.
or someone lost their life. Please
No,
don't
not at all.
misunderstand. We're looking at it from a bigger picture, okay? Like, this is an internal picture. Whatever is in him, as Jeremy was saying, that demon that caused all of this chaos, we pray that that demon gets binded, not the individual himself. So
Right.
definitely, kudos to our justice system this time. I don't know if it's, I'm not going to speak on the scapegoat idea. If it is what it is, at least justice was served this time. I'm definitely going to piggyback off of what Safi said. My people, this is a small victory, but the battle is still to continue. The war isn't over. And when I say war, I don't mean go out with your pitchforks with anything crazy. I mean,
I was just like, black folks don't use pitchforks.
you guys know what I mean. Like, don't raise arms. I don't want to say
With your guns, your AK-47, your rifles.
He's speaking to the client.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Clan of 1800.
Not the
Burn
clan of
across
the
his neck,
21st
Uncle
century.
Look, all right. So, either way, don't go medieval is what I'm saying. Please, let's fight this the correct way. Let's get, people in the lobbies. Let's run it the legal way.
Right.
That shows movement. Because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I believe we were talking about it yesterday where they're trying to pass a law where these protests that we're having,
Right.
hey,
But also I want to address something too. There's this narrative, and I have to ask, and I understand it, but there's a place for it. So there's a narrative that African Americans we like to do. Well, if the person hadn't been committing, we need to start dealing with our own community and dealing with the fact that we have criminal activity and people. He was writing a bad check and he was doing something wrong. So yeah, he wasn't totally innocent. And my challenge with that is that those without sin cast the first stone. And so what happens is that I don't care if you gossiping, if you done took a pen from your job, you're on social media when you should be working, all of that is the same sin, people. And so this whole, we need to give this hierarchy of sins. And basically, let me tell you what the hierarchy is. Whatever sin I do is okay. It's the ones that you do that's the problem. And that's how we live our life.
True. Wow.
And so we have to get away from that because this narrative, oh, well, the person wasn't, black folks always, our own people always doing the wrong thing. We have to get away from that. Yes, we have some changes to make. But that should be in a separate conversation than what happened with George Floyd. When you make those conversations simultaneous, it diminishes the fact of what happened. And so I just want to address that because I was looking at the comments that were playing when they announced it, and it was all these folks on there talking about, oh, well, we know he was wrong, but black folks got to do better. Yes, we got to do better, but this ain't time for that conversation.
And was it even confirmed that he did something wrong?
Yeah, well, they said that he was writing it up. He was cashing a bad check. I don't even want to portray that narrative because even if he is, does that mean he's supposed to die? My point is that all of us sinners, and I said us,
Facts.
we want to cast stones at people based on what the punishment they should receive, yet we have grace for ourselves. We just got to get around that. Okay, so we got to move on. We have a lot in store for that. I mean, I would have loved to talk about this more. And we would have if we wouldn't have got the verdict that we wanted. But since we got the verdict that we wanted, and the verdict was justice. And so we have a really great new segment that's coming on this week, and we're so excited about it. Our roving philanthropist, impact advocate, she has done a segment that we're going to be featuring here frequently. It's called Community Impact, and she interviewed, what is his name? Musa Bangura from Sierra Leone. Yes, he's an attorney, and he's done a lot of amazing things and for the Sierra Leone. Here's the video.
Hey everybody, it's your girl SAFIE, that's right, Safi from The Relevant Show, and I have today's first guest for my Community Impact segment, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Yes, good afternoon. Hello everybody from Atlanta. My name is Musa Bangura, and I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, and Mr. Musa, would you like to tell everybody how you're making an impact to your community and your country?
There's a lot of things we do, but apart from what we do here in the community, I, myself, and some other guys like Abu Powerhouse, I know you know him, and Miss Aikagbo and Mr. Salim.
Okay.
We last year we created GIFT, which is Global Investment for Tomorrow.
Okay.
And basically the idea is to provide help for kids back home, unfortunate kids back home. So Abu's been doing it for some time. He's been sending out books and materials, school materials, and I have other projects that I did in Sierra Leone, like through an organization called Trangais for Better. So we do like loose change, where people give their spare change and their loose change, and sometimes we give that to poor people back home. Yeah. So last year we were able to send about 1,500 worth of school materials around December.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, that's donations we got from people out here.
Wow.
And so we were able to send that, and it impacted about 20 schools. And for right now, talking about GIFT, we are embarked on a drive, which is used clothes, used toys, books and stuff like that. We're collecting those. We have 4 projects actually this year. We have the school drive, which is collecting school materials, which is an ongoing thing. People still give us donations. Some people go to Walmart and buy books and when they're on sale. And then we have the scholarship drive, which is something we initiated this year, because we found out that people back home, to get a university education for a year, it costs in my country's money costs 4 million leones, which to American money is $400.
Oh wow!
So we thinking here like $400 should not stop somebody from getting university education. So most of the times we spend maybe $400 in a week or whatever doing stuff
on lunch.
Yeah, so if we can accumulate that bit by bit, you can send a child to school or to university.
Okay.
So we're hoping to provide scholarships for 5 kids this year, and obviously we have the clothing drive, which is going on. But the bread and butter of it is going to be something called Loose Change, Lives Change.
Loose Change, Lives Change. I like that.
What that means is we ask everybody, look around your house, under the couch.
We all got those big old Arrowhead jugs saved up.
You have all these coins lying around.
Okay.
These coins, when you change them, you got about like $10, $20,
Absolutely.
$26.
Absolutely.
And if you have 6 or 7 people, say 20 people giving you $10, that's something every month.
Well, another question that I have for you is, Where does your passion come from in order to serve and to help?
The blessings that are bestowed on me daily makes me feel like it's not for nothing. Like these blessings are being poured on you so you can be a blessing
To
other
others.
people.
Wow.
So that's what guides me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Want to go ahead and thank